away. All right, looks like we got some people coming into the stream, so it's time to say welcome to the Trivia Tavern. My name is Danny, and I'm going to be your host again tonight here at the Trivia Tavern. Now, if this is your first time jumping in and watching the stream, well, get excited because we got a lot of fun trivia coming your way. I've got 6 rounds of trivia coming your way in just a moment, and it's mostly all multiple choice questions. I actually have a couple special questions this time, stuff that's a little bit different from ones we've done before, but don't worry, I'll let you know when they're coming and make sure you know what the deal is. Oh, we got some people already in the group. Steel, I see you there in the chat. We've got Nana. Hey, Adriana, thank you for playing with us. Always good to have you guys here at the Trivia Tavern. I see some people already signed up in our room. Now, if you haven't played our game before, the easiest way to get into that room is you're going to scan that QR code if you're using your phone to submit your answers. It'll take you straight to the room. There you're going to punch in your name, and that's where we're going to get set up for the game. Every question will be a multiple choice question for the most part. Like I said, we'll have some different ones, but we'll get to those when we get to them. Additionally, if you're using a different format, if maybe you're trying to get on a different way, you can always go to crowd.live and enter this game's code, which will be LY6ML. That's LY6ML. Once you're in the room, you're good to go. You don't have to get into any more rooms. I'll transfer everybody to our next game, so you're all set to play all 6 of our rounds tonight. Now, we are playing 6 rounds of trivia tonight. In the past, we have done 5, but we're just stretch it out a little bit, do 6 rounds of trivia. At the end of every round of trivia, the person with the most points will be given a fun, superfluous title. Now, those titles are kind of based on the rounds that we're doing. So we're going to have all kinds of fun things coming your way. Additionally, at the end of the entire game, we're going to be giving away the title of Trivia Traveler. That's right, the person who has the most points at the end of the entire night will have our Trivia Traveler title. Now, if you're wondering how to get the most points, the key to that is the faster you answer, the more points you'll get. So, faster answers mean more points. Across a round, you get the most points, you're going to get that title. If you get the most points across the whole game, however, you will be the Trivia Traveler. Now, the catch to that, sometimes you want to make sure you're getting those answers in as fast as you can. If you know the answer before I'm done reading the question, keep an eye trained to your devices. That way you get the answers as fast as you can. With all that said, though, you cannot miss fast enough to get those points back. So you might want to make sure you know which answer you're going for. We have used the expression fat-fingered quite a lot because sometimes you're going to see those answers pop up and you're getting so excited you're going to go to push one and you hit the wrong answer. You want to make sure you hit those right answers to get credit for your points. So, we're kicking off our first game of trivia in about 2.5 minutes. Now, if you're getting set up, if you're getting set in, go ahead and drop a line in the chat if you're watching on Twitch or if you're watching on YouTube. I do have our chats open, so that way I can let you guys know, respond to you guys, say hi, all the good stuff. We're kicking off our first round of trivia in about 2 minutes. Now, you're going to see from that design up there, this one is all about logos. That's right, our first round of the game is going to be all about logos. That's why I called it Lego My Logo. That's right, answer correctly faster to earn the most points at the end of the round is going to be Loco for Logos. That's right, a person who is Loco for Logos will be the winner for this round. All right, we're kicking off that first question in just about 90 seconds. So get set up, get scanned in, get ready, because we got a question, or a series of questions all about logos coming your way in this round. Once again, as we get closer to that kickoff, scan that QR code as you see it on the screen. That'll take you straight to the room just with the answers. All of our stuff is going to be on CrowdPer. AO River for Steel. That's not sure what that means, Steel, but let me know. I'll give you the shout out. Thanks for playing along with us as always. AO River. Yeah, it's kicking off this first game in just about a minute. Now, this game, I think all of our questions are going to be multiple choice, so just keep your ear out for the question. Keep your eye trained on where you're going to spit your answers on, because that's where you're going to see the answers open up the fastest. Doesn't matter, there's not too much of a delay, but make sure you go ahead and keep your eye on your devices to make sure that you have the most chance for the most points. All right, we're kicking off this first question in just about 50 seconds. Oh, hey, I see Jim in the chat. Jim is in the chat now. Hey, Jim, thanks for playing with us. Who else we got? I saw some of our names coming in for the rankings, so let's see if I know anyone else who's out there. Let's see. Oh, hey, the Millers are joining us as well tonight, and Brian. So thank you, Millers. Thanks for watching us, Sarah and Jim. And thank you, Brian, for joining us as well. All right, we'll see how you guys do in this first round. I have some fun things planned out for you. We're the Millers also. They won 2 weeks ago. They had they did that thing of they were in every round in 4th or 5th place or so and accumulated all the points at the end of the night to be the Trivia Traveler. So it can be done. You don't have to win one game to be the overall winner as long as you get those answers in. All right, I got to throw it to my producer real quick. Jeff, you ready for some trivia? All right. Yeah. Let's do it. All right, let's get into our first question for the game. Now, my first question, it's pretty much a softball. Which soft drink company's logo has featured this 3-color scheme since 1950? Now, you're going to see the answers popping up on your devices, and they are Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, RC Cola, or Pepsi Cola. So once again, which soft drink company's logo has featured this 3-color scheme since 1950? Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, RC Cola, or Pepsi Cola?
I don't know.
Homer, if you don't know that one, I feel bad for you. All right, here comes our first set of answers. I got your answers in. Let's see what you put down. That's right, 100% of our answers for Pepsi Cola, because it is the correct answer, just like that. As your first question, they're almost all going to work that way, and when they don't, I'll tell you about it more. But here comes your next question. What luxury car company is represented by the 3-pointed logo seen here? Is it Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Lexus, or BMW? Once again, what luxury car company is represented by the 3-pointed logo seen here? Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Lexus, or BMW? You got about 10 more seconds for those answers. All right, we got your answers down. Let's see what you submitted. We had 100% of our answers for Mercedes-Benz, and that is the Mercedes-Benz logo. Look at you. Now, so everybody's getting the right answers. It's going to come down to that speed. So let's see what happens with our next question. All right. Now, this one. The 3 dots on the Domino's logo represent the 3 original locations of the pizza chain, founded in blank in 1965. So for this one, I'm looking for a state. Now, is it Illinois, Missouri, Michigan, or Ohio? Once again, the 3 dots on the Domino's logo represent the 3 original locations of the pizza chain, founded in blank in 1965. Was it founded in Illinois, Missouri, Michigan, or Ohio? All right, let's see what you got. I like on the last car question, Jim remembered our Blockbuster trivia from yesterday. He said it was DeLorean logo. That's great. All right, let's see what you put down. All right, we got a bigger split this time. Not a lot of people know where Domino's was founded, so we got 2 answers for Illinois, 2 for Ohio, and 6 for Michigan. Your correct answer was Michigan. Michigan is the state where you would find the original locations of Domino's. All right, let's get into it. Question number 4. What film production studio features a Pegasus in their company logo? So which film production company uses this as their logo? Answers this time: Dimension, Filmways, TriStar, and Columbia. Once again, what film production studio features a Pegasus in their company logo? Dimension, Filmways, TriStar, or Columbia? You got about 10 seconds left. All right, let's see what you did. Answers turned in included. Now we had 6 for TriStar and 4 for Columbia. Your correct answer was TriStar. Yes, it is a TriStar film logo, one of my favorite film logos of my youth. Now we got one more question.
Isn't the background the same as Columbia because they were associated with one of the tries?
I think so. And then also, was it the old Paramount one where it's the lady with the torch, right? Or
that's Columbia.
That's Columbia. Yeah,
right.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Same background.
They use a very similar thing.
Yeah,
so sometimes you're waiting to see if it's the lady with the torch or if it's the Pegasus coming out.
Yeah, I don't blame them for getting
right?
it wrong.
Yeah. No, it's a good split. All right. Now, before we get into our next question, after we do the 5th question, we're going to do our mid-round check-in and see what our standings are through our first 5 questions. Let's see what happens after this question. Now, your next question goes like this. Which popular cruise line's uniquely shaped logo is painted red, white, and blue on all its ships? Now, answers available are Carnival, Holland America, Celebrity, and Royal Caribbean. Once again, which popular cruise line's uniquely shaped logo is painted red, white, and blue on all of its ships? Carnival, Holland America, Celebrity, or Royal Caribbean? Of course. All right, now I got your answers for this question, and they were these. All right, we had 80% of our answers, 8 for Carnival, with 1 for each Holland America and 1 for Royal Caribbean. Your correct answer was, that is the Carnival Cruise logo. Yes, Carnival Cruise uses that logo. Now, let's see what our standings are through our first 5 questions of the round. All right, Steele starting off with a commanding, well, not commandingly, but definitely got a lot of points with 467. Then we had 450 for our second place, Suburban Rain. I love that name. I take on one of my Monday Night Trivia names. And in third place, it's We're the Millers, Sarah and Jim, with 431 points. Now, we do have a really tight grouping as you look at the rest of our standings, right? Not that much separation, so it is a little bit about that speed. But the questions may or may not get a little harder for the rest of the round. All right, let's get back into it, some more trivia, and your next question goes like this. Which sports organization was represented by this logo for 35 years from 1969, to 2004? Now, your answers are the Montreal Expos, the Winnipeg Jets, the Milwaukee Braves, and the Edmonton Oilers. So once again, which sports organization was represented by this logo for 35 years from 1969 to 2004? Was it the Montreal Expos, the Winnipeg Jets, the Milwaukee Braves, or the Edmonton Oilers? All right, let's see your answers for that question. Now we had two of our answers going away from the Expos with the Milwaukee Braves and the Edmonton Oilers. And with 8 answers, the Montreal Expos was your correct answer. 2004, I believe, is when they moved to Washington. It became the Washington Nationals. All right, now question number 7 for you. This is a logo for which technology company? Oh, I am stuttering a lot of my words today. It's okay. We're going to get there. Here comes your answers. Is that Microsoft, Apple, Samsung, or Sony? Once again, this is the logo for which technology company? Microsoft,
I don't
Apple,
know.
Samsung, or Sony? All right, 25 seconds feels like a lot of time to answer a question until all of a sudden it doesn't, right? Here come those answers that y'all submitted. Answers were 100% for Microsoft. That is, of course, the Microsoft logo. Microsoft was your your answer there. First place in answers, with all of our answers going that way, I should say. All right, question number 8. Which car company's logo is being shown in this image? Tell me which car company logo that is. Hyundai, Lexus, Kia, or Toyota? Once again, which car company's logo is being shown in this image? Hyundai, Lexus, Kia, or Toyota? All right, you got about 14 seconds. All right, I'm back with your answers. Answers for this one. 100% of the answers again for Toyota. Toyota was the correct answer there. All right, we got 2 more questions to go for this round. Let's see what question 9 is. The 5 points on this crown represent the fingers on a human hand, or possibly the 5 letters in what company's name? Now tell me what company uses this logo. Is it Psycho, Prada, Gucci, or Rolex? Once again, the 5 points on this crown represent the fingers on a human hand, or possibly the 5 letters in the what company's name? Is it Seiko, Prada, Gucci, or Rolex? Tell me which company uses that logo with a crown with 5 points. That crown's got 5 points. Let's see how many points you got with this answer. Answers turned in were... All right, better split. We had 3 for Seiko, 1 for Gucci, and 6 for Rolex. Your correct answer was Rolex. Rolex, yes, that is the logo for Rolex. All right, we have one more question for the round. After we get through this question, we'll have our first round's winner. This winner will be Loco for Logos. See if you get the most points after one more question. Here comes question 10. Many automotive companies feature horses in their logos. The horse seen here belongs to... Is it Ferrari, Ford Mustang, Lamborghini, or Porsche? Once again, many automotive companies feature horses in their logos, but the horse seen here belongs to Ferrari, Ford Mustang, Lamborghini, or Porsche. Tell me which one. You're going to get those points. All right, we got those answers in. Let's see what you submitted. All right, we had 6 for Ferrari, 1 for Ford Mustang, 2 for Lamborghini, and 1 for Porsche. Now, a lot of those guys do use horses, but the one we were looking for, that is the Porsche horse. Yeah, that is actually the one for Porsche. Porsche. I've never been quite sure how to say it, but yeah, that is one person getting that one. So when one person gets it, I always want to shout at that person because that is a pretty cool feat. Let's see who got that one question. Ian getting in the chat and getting that one right. So it might come down. Way to go, Ian, getting 79 points. That might be the difference. All right, let's see what happens. We're going to now get to our top 3 standings. So, congratulations to the top 3, but only one of you can be Loco for Logos. Our first up in the top 3, it's Steel. Way to go, Steelio. In third place with 739 points. In second, we're the Millers with just a few more points, about 40 points ahead of them. We're the Millers, Sigurd and Jim. And Suburban Rain with 828 points. Jeff, who's Suburban Rain again? Remind me.
They are Adriana and Darren, but
So I'm guessing Adriana is Anana and Darren is playing as Suburban Rain.
maybe that's possible.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, way to go. Way to go. If that's
Thank
just Darren, then you get all the love. If it's Darren and Adriana, then you guys get to split that. But it's okay because we actually have couples playing against each other, right? I think one of the fun things is you can either play as yourself, right? Or if you want to, team up, watch the same stream, play together, you can share more brain power, right? Like we're at an actual trivia night. So, yeah, there it is. Darren let me know I'm Suburban Rain. Well, way to go, Darren. You are Loco for Logos and our first winner of the night. We are going to get into round 2 in just a second. For round 2, now I call this next round, it is a perfect 10 because everything in this round is celebrating a 10th birthday this year in 2024. That's right. We're talking about all kinds of stuff turning 10 this year or things that happened in 2014. So, if you haven't got set up, now's a great time to get set up for the next game. Scan that QR code. We're going to take a quick break and be back with your next round of trivia in about 6 minutes. I'll be back in about 3 to tell you more about our next round. All right, more trivia coming your way in about 6 minutes. If you're not in the chat yet, get in the chat and say, hey, let me know you're watching. All right, I'm back. I just want to shout out now. I'm over here in the Twitch chat seeing some stuff. Thank you, Jim, for shouting out. I do sound a little bit like I was drinking a little bit too much before trivia. In all honesty, I just took way too long of a nap. So I'm still kind of getting ready and getting back into the game. But it's okay. We're going to have a good time. I see the Bucks are in the chat, too. Hey, Daphne. Hey, Patrick. So we got another couple playing. So we're putting a lot of brain power together. Thank you for playing with us as well to the Bucks. Thank you, Jim, for those shout-outs. We are having a good time here at the Trivia Tavern. Now, if you haven't got set up for our next game yet, if you already were in the last round, don't worry. Your points are to come across, and you're going to have a chance to be the Trivia Traveler at the end of the night. What's going to happen now is we're going to kick off another round of trivia, and this one is all about things turning 10 in the year 2024. Flashing back to talk about some things that happened in 2014 and talking about things that are turning 10 this year. So, if you haven't got set up, scan that QR code, get into the site, go ahead and type in a name, and you'll be good to go for the round. This round, we are going to have plenty of toss-up multiple choice questions, so it's always a good idea to look through the answers if you don't know and pick one out that makes the best sense to you. But if you do know it, you want to get that answer in as fast as possible because the most points at the end of the round will be our winner. I'll be back in just another moment, and we're going to kick off our next round. All right, we're kicking off our next round of trivia. Jeff, what did you think of our last round with our logos? Do you like logos? Do you pay a lot of attention to them?
I'm a big logo fan. I'm way big into logos. Thought a few of them were giveaways, but I know it's the first round, so we warm them up, and then we'll knock them down later.
That's right. Oh, no, I've definitely got some hard trivia coming your way. Gonna have all kinds of fun with it. This next round of trivia, we got all kinds of things that are turning 10 years old this year. That's right. This one is about the year 2014. If you guys remember where you were at in 2014, this might help you out a lot because we're going to be talking all kinds of stuff that was going on there. Steel saying he's a single player, ready to mingle. I love that. Steel, you've got a great mind of your own, so I know you got a good shot at taking some of these rounds down by yourself. All right, we're kicking it off in just about another 50 seconds. You guys know the drill. All multiple choice questions. I think this round we're all multiple choice questions. I'll let you know when we get to the ones that have some other questions. But this round, all multiple choice. The faster you get your answers in, the more points you get. At the end of the round, we're going to be declaring a winner. For this round, well, since it's been a decade since 2014, the winner of this round will be the Duke of a Decadence. The Duke of a Decadence, as in that's been 10 years since 2014. They can't all be winners, but you will be a winner if you get the most points at the end of the round. All right, y'all, we're kicking off with your first question of this round in 10 more seconds. I know 2014 was a good year for me. I like 2014 a lot, so we're going to have some fun with it.
Let's go already!
Jim saying he barely remembers yesterday. Well, this may be a challenge, but let's get it kicked off with our first question. What digital assistant did Amazon first introduce in 2014? Now, your answers are Amazonia, Erica, Alexa, and Alicia. All of those starting with the letter A. What digital assistant did Amazon first introduce in 2014? Amazonia, Erica, Alexa, or Alicia? Tell me which one's that Amazon assistant. Alrighty, we got you all set there with your answers. Let's see what you put in. Answers were, well, we had 1 for Amazonia, 1 for Erica, and 10 for Alexa. Your correct answer was Alexa. That's right, Alexa's the correct answer. Ian letting us know in the chat that was a fat finger. Also, Jim with a misclick. That's why you got to see those answers before you get too excited. It's a delicate balance of speed and efficacy. All right, here we go. Let's get into your second question for this round. And it goes, which of these beloved Sesame Street characters had a big hit toy in 2014 with the Big Hugs doll? Which one was it? Was it Big Bird, Elmo, Cookie Monster, or Oscar the Grouch?
I don't know.
That's right. Which one of those seems like they were the Big Hugs doll? Was it Big Bird, Elmo, Cookie Monster, or Oscar the Grouch? 2014, they had a big hit, beloved toy, the Big Hugs doll. So which one of those Sesame Street characters was it? All right. One of those guys definitely doesn't seem like a Hugs guy, but they might be the right answer. We'll find out. Let's see. We had 1 for Big Bird, 10 for Elmo, and 1 for Cookie Monster. Your correct answer was Elmo. Elmo, you can tickle him, you can hug him. Elmo is the toy king of Sesame Street. All right. Here comes your next question. Question number 3. Which of these popular Apple products debuted its first generation devices in 2014? So tell me which of these devices first debuted in 2014. Was it the Apple Watch, the Apple AirPods, the Apple Pencil, or the iPad? So once again, which of these popular Apple products debuted its first generation devices in 2014? The Apple Watch, AirPods, Apple Pencil, or iPad? All right, we got those answers in. Let's see what you put in. All right, we had a bigger split this time. We had a mostly 50 split between Apple Watch and iPad, with AirPods picking up some answers. Which one of those is 10 years old? Well, that would be the Apple Watch. That's right, the Apple Watch first debuted on shelves in 2014. All right, let's get into another question about 2014. Which country's national team won the 2014 FIFA World Cup? That's right. Who won the World Cup in 2014? Was it Spain, Germany, Brazil, or Mexico? Once again, which country's national team won the 2014 FIFA World Cup? Spain, Germany, Brazil, or Mexico? All right, back with your answers. Let's see what you submitted this time. Answers were, all right, we had 6 for Germany, 5 for Brazil. Your correct answer was Germany. That's right, Germany winning the 2014 World Cup. Now we got one more question, then we're going to go into our mid-round breakdown. Let's find out who's winning through 5 questions after your next question. All right, question number 5 goes like this. What is the title of this popular Warcraft digital card game released by Blizzard Entertainment in 2014? All right, what is the name of this card game? Is it Gwent, Hearthstone, Slay the Spire, or Inscription? So once again, what is the title of this popular Warcraft digital card game released by Blizzard Entertainment in 2014? Gwent, Hearthstone, Slay the Spire, or Inscription? Now that little video went away, but if you saw it, you probably know what it is. I'm going to, and then if you also know Warcraft, you should definitely know what this is. All right, answers coming your way. All right, we had 1 for all of our answers, Gwent, Slay the Spire, and Inscription, but 9 answers with 75% for Hearthstone. Your correct answer was Hearthstone. Yes, that is Hearthstone. Gwent and Slay the Spire are also card games. Gwent, I believe, came from The Witcher, and Slay the Spire is its own game. Those are great games, but Hearthstone is the one that came from Blizzard. Brian was saying when Germany won, he knew because everybody was singing Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. I think Argentina was the runner-up in that World Cup. All right, we're going to get into our mid-round breakdown. Here comes our mid-round standings, and they are these. All right, we're the Millers with 434 points for first place right now through 5 questions for this round. But just 3 points behind them, it's Brian, it's Painter with Urinals, who always get number 1. Yes. Jeff Turbo killing it right now at 371 points, about 60 points back. And then we have the rest of our standings. And this is, again, a really close breakdown between some of our groups. 2014 feels like you guys know 2014 pretty well. Way to go. I see Sarah in our chat yelling, woo! Jeff, 2014, good year? You like 2014?
Yeah, it was all right.
It was all right. It's for me, it's like right before I moved out here to San Diego. So it's kind of like the last year I really remember of like living somewhere else. I love it here. I don't think I could ever go back.
Those are good years. 2014, 15, 16, those are great years.
Yeah, there's like a lot of good stuff. Then some weird stuff started happening in like 2016. We won't get into it. All right, we have more questions coming your way. We have 5 more questions at the end of the round. We're going to declare a winner with the most points. So let's see who gets in to that top spot. Let's get back into our questions. Question number 6 is coming your way. What artistic Play-Doh 3D printer toy did Hasbro introduce in 2014? Now, answers to choose from are Picasso, Dodan, Michelangelo, and Da Vinci. That's right, they inserted dough into a famous artist's name, so which one was it? Was it Picasso, Dodan, Michelangelo, or Da Vinci? What is the name for the artistic Play-Doh 3D printer toy that Hasbro produced in 2014? I had to include this question because all of those are fantastic words. All right, here comes your answer, or the answers you submitted. All right, we had 50% of the answers for Picasso, we had 1 for Michelangelo, and 42% of the answers for Da Vinci. Your correct answer was Da Vinci. Yes, Da Vinci is the name of a Play-Doh 3D printer toy that I did not know existed until I was doing this round. All right, let's get into question number 7. Which of these beloved sitcoms aired its final episode in 2014? So which one of these sitcoms ended in 2014? Was it How I Met Your Mother, 30 Rock, Mike and Molly, or 2.5 Men? Once again, which of these beloved sitcoms aired its final episode in 2014? How I Met Your Mother, 30 Rock, Mike and Molly, or 2.5 Men? All right, we have your answers in for this question. Answers that you chose were, we had 58%, 7 answers for How I Met Your Mother, with 3 answers for 30 Rock and 2 for 2.5 Men. Appropriately enough, your correct answer was How I Met Your Mother. Legendary if you got that one right. Legendary indeed. That show, I did not realize, has been off the air now for 10 years, despite having some other shows along the way. All right, here we go. Question number 8 coming your way. Which of these deadly diseases had a massive outbreak in West Africa in the spring of 2014? Now, which one was it? Was it SARS, coronavirus, Marburg virus, or the Ebola virus? Once again, which of these deadly diseases had a massive outbreak in West Africa in spring of 2014? SARS, corona, Marburg, or Ebola? Steele's like, diseases are my jam. I always feel weird about asking a question about diseases because then when you get it right, you're like, yeah, I feel weird now. All right, let's see what you put down. Let's see if you're going to have that feeling. We had 1 for SARS. We had most of our answers, 11 for Ebola. Your correct answer was Ebola. Ebola. Oh, sorry, there we go. There's our correct answer. We all knew it was Ebola. Ebola was your correct answer on that one. All right, we got 2 more questions for this round. Here we go. Question number 9. The 2014 viral sensation, the Ice Bucket Challenge, raised awareness and money for blank research. Get that disease knowledge ready, Steele. Answers include muscular dystrophy, AIDS, ALS, or leukemia. Once again, the 2014 viral sensation, the Ice Bucket Challenge, raised awareness and money for research for what? Was it muscular dystrophy, AIDS, ALS, or leukemia?
40% of all people know that.
I love it with those drops, Jeff. Those are rad. Especially right there at the end of the question. Those are just always my jam. I love that. All right, here we go. 14% of all people maybe know that. Let's see if you know it. Answers turned in were, we had 10 of our answers for ALS with 2 for leukemia. Your correct answer was ALS. That's right. ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. ALS was what the Ice Bucket Challenge was spreading awareness for. All right, we got 1 more question to go, and then we will declare our winner for the round. They will be the Duke of Decadence because they know the most about 2014 and things that's been 10 years from. All right, let's get into that last question for our second round. Now, this question, I mentioned earlier that some of them will be a little bit different. This one, you're actually going to be dragging and dropping answers into the correct order. Yes, so I'll give you 4 answers. No way! And you need to give them to me in the correct order. And your first answer is going to be the one that has the fewest to the most. Okay, here we go. List these best-selling albums from 2014 in reverse order of sales, from fewest sales to most sales. Now your albums are Pure Heroin by Lorde, 1989 by Taylor Swift, 4 by One Direction, and X by Ed Sheeran. So again, get those 4 albums in order of least to most sales. Pure Heroin by Lorde, 1989 by Taylor Swift, 4 by One Direction, and X by Ed Sheeran. It's a good time to be using math if you think you know those sales. Now, I only gave you 25 seconds, so maybe you didn't all get your answers in. But let's see if it'll say it. Yeah, that is... Now, this is actually our top voted order. This is not the correct answer, but the order that is the most votes based on of our players. Pure Heroin by Lorde, 4 by One Direction, X by Ed Sheeran, and 1989 by Taylor Swift. Let's see what the correct answer was. That is the correct answer. Pure Heroin by Lorde, 4 by One Direction, X by Ed Sheeran, and 1989 by Taylor Swift. So if you had that order, that you got the points you submitted, way to go. And we are now to declare our Duke of Decadence. We're going to show our top 3, and our winner will be the winner for the round. Let's get into it with our top 3. Here Here we go. I'm saying a cheers to you. I got my Miller High Life. In third, it's Turbo, my man behind the glass. Turbo, our producer, with 642 points. In second, it's Brian Painter with 671. The Urinals, as we always get number one. And in first place, we are the Millers with 720 points. Way to go, Jim and Sarah. You are the collective Dukes of Decadence because you... That's right, just won that round. Here's the breakdown of the rest of our points. We did have a good showing. Way to go, Team Bucks, with 562 points for fourth place. We had Sir Urbane Rain, our winner from last round, Darren, with 543. Jim also in there. And these points are going to matter because if you collect the most points at the end of all 6 rounds, well, then you'll have a chance to be the overall Trivia Traveler, the winner of our big night. Sarah getting in our chat saying, just don't test me on the swizzle. She knows all of our Taylor Swift stuff. I have dabbled with the idea of doing a Taylor Swift round. I'm like, there are some people that will know nothing, and there are going to be people who just absolutely crush it in insane ways. So, Sarah, way to go on that one. Way to get those points in. All right, y'all. We're going to kick it off with our next round in just a moment. We're going to be starting our third round of the game. I'm really excited for this one. You know, I always try to bring the whole bar trivia vibe home. So this next round, I like to call it Raising the Bar in Bar Trivia, because this next round is all about alcohol. That's right. We're going to have questions about beer. We're going to have questions about cocktails. We're going to have questions about all kinds of things. Steele saying, no, let's not do a Taylor Swift round. We might have more questions about T Swift, but they probably won't have a whole round. It's okay. But yeah, so we have our bar trivia round coming up in just a second. That's right, this next round will be kicking off in about 6 minutes, and it's going to be about all kinds of alcoholic goodness, cocktails, beers, breweries, and all the like. And that's going to be starting in about 6 minutes. I'll be right back to tell you more about it. Get in our chat if you haven't gotten our chat already. Also, if you're watching us on Twitch, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you're hitting that follow button, the like button, the subscribe button. Like this video, all of those things help us out immensely. Comment on the video, share it with your friends. Anything that you do, well, it makes a big deal for us here at the Trivia Tavern. All right, we're going to start this next round in about 6 minutes. Now's a great time to go get another beer, get another drink, because this next one, that's right, it's all about alcohol. I'll see you guys about 3 more minutes. All right, I'm back. Now just catching up and checking out those chats. I wanted to say thank you guys for playing around. Thank you guys for just getting the chat and saying, hey. I saw Jim saying, oh, where's Rob? Last week's winner. He was our overall trivia traveler because he just kicked butt across several of our rounds. Rob, he's actually at a show. He let me know he wasn't going to be here. So, but yeah, he definitely would be doing really well because he kicks butt when it comes to alcohol and cocktails and things of that nature. Steel suggesting winner buys the chat around. I think you'll have to figure that out with the winner, but that is a great idea. Just Venmo everybody who's playing. Be like, hey, where's your Venmo? Go get a beer on me. That doesn't sound like much of a prize, but I can tell you that if you are the winner, you will also be the cocktail of the Walk Ale, because that's what my brain came up with. That's right, this next round is all about beer, all about cocktails, all about things involving drinking and bars and fun stuff like that. I know a couple weeks ago, this actually, I want to say just a special shout out to Jim of We're the Millers. We had a question in here a couple weeks ago that was about a cocktail that he was really upset that he missed. And I was like, oh, the next time I hope they're watching when I break out a round just about bartending, because he's one of our bartenders that's watching. So shout out to you, Jim. This round's for you. Unless you don't do well, then this round was annoying and nothing. So yeah, we're gonna get into it now. If you haven't got set up yet, go ahead and scan that QR code. Make sure you're in the room, get set up for it, or go to crowd.live and enter ENEYB. If you've already done that and you're just waiting for the next game, let me know that you're in the chat by saying hi, or do me a favor and just like the Trivia Tavern on YouTube. Make sure you're following us on YouTube. Make sure you like each video, and anytime you're checking out and watching it, or share the news with your friends, because all that stuff helps us get closer to monetization and things of that nature. That's right. And same thing, if you're watching us on Twitch, follow, get in the chat, let me know, because all of that helps us as well there. It means a lot to me that you guys check it out and hang out with me and play some trivia on Tuesday nights. Now we're going to get into it with some trivia that's all about alcohol, all about beer, all about cocktails, things of that nature. In just a moment, I'm going to have 10 multiple choice questions coming your way. Faster answers mean more points, but of course, if you get it wrong, you get nothing. So you always want to make sure you have that answer as correct as you can before you submit it and type that answer. We've had lots of misclicks tonight. You want to make sure you get those answers right, because the only way to get points is to get the answers right. Take more time and get those answers right as you see them. You just might end up being either our winner or accumulate more points to be our overall trivia traveler. I also want to shout out just one of those last things. I wasn't sure if I said it when it came to that card game about Gwent. It is from Witcher. I was really worried I was going to get my nerd card pulled because I almost said the wrong video game. All right, 4 seconds to go. Here comes our first question. This next game, it's all about alcohol, bars, and cocktails. Speaking of cocktails, for this one, I want you to name an ingredient that is not in a traditional cosmopolitan cocktail. Now, is it vodka, triple sec, cranberry juice, or lemon juice? That's right, all but one of these is an ingredient in a traditional cosmopolitan. Which one is not? Is it vodka, triple sec, cranberry juice, or lemon juice? All right, we got our answers in. Let's see what you put down. Answers were, we had 40% of our answers for triple sec, with 1 for cranberry juice, and 50% of the answers for lemon juice. Your correct answer was lemon juice. That's right, lemon juice is not in a cosmopolitan. The other 3 ingredients are the primary ingredients of a Cosmo. All right, let's get into it with your next question. Now this is actually going to be not a multiple choice question. This is a typing question. So you're going to type in the answer as soon as I open up those answers for you. And your question: the popular vodka-based Moscow blank cocktail is commonly served in a copper mug. Now go ahead and type in those answers now. I'll say that again just for good measure. The popular vodka-based Moscow blank cocktail is commonly served in a copper mug. What's that word in that cocktail? Sorry, I thought I hit the wrong button over here. That's why I just jumped in real quick. All right, let's see what you put down. 100% of our answers for mule and That is your correct answer. That's right. A Moscow Mule is commonly
I
served
don't know.
in a copper mug. Jeff, are you a fan of Moscow Mules?
Yeah, I used to, but that ginger beer's got a lot of calories. You don't really realize it.
Ginger beer does have a lot of calories. It's one of the cocktails you're like, oh yeah, this got like a taste to it, and then you're like, oh yeah, there's maybe a reason for that.
It sounds refreshing. It is refreshing, but it certainly is like 400 calories.
Right. Yeah. No, it definitely adds up there. All right. Well, let's see what other cocktails we got on the menu. And your next question is actually about beer. What popular American light beer used the long-running ad slogan, "Tastes great, less filling"? Now, which beer brand was this? Was it Miller Lite, Bud Light, Coors Light, or Michelob Ultra? That's right, it's a light beer. What popular American light beer used the long-running ad slogan, "Tastes great, less filling"? Miller Lite, Bud Light, Coors Light, or Michelob Ultra?
There's a clue there. It's not what Danny is drinking this evening.
Oh, giving out clues. I like that. Yeah, I did have the Miller High Life in front of me. Technically, Miller High Life and Miller Lite, I think, are different, but let's see what you guys put down. We had Miller Lite, Bud Light, and Michelob Ultra. Your correct answer was Miller Lite. That's right, because Miller Lite and Miller High Life are different beers, but Miller Lite is your correct answer. I prefer the champagne of beers myself. That's a better slogan and a better beer for me. Alrighty, let's get into your next question. Which of these ingredients lends India Pale Ale its distinctive bitterness? What contributes to that bitterness? Is it citrus peel, malted barley, hops, or wort? Once again, which of these ingredients lends India Pale Ale its distinctive bitterness? Citrus peel, malted barley, hops, or wort? Give you a few more seconds.
40% of all people know that.
All right, we got those answers in. Let's see what you put down. All right, we had 2 answers for malted barley with 8 answers for hops. Let's see, your correct answer is hops. I heard they recently added more hops to the recipe. One of my favorite lines from Superbad. Hops was your correct answer. All right, we're just one question away from that mid-round breakdown. I'm going to read you one more question, then we're going to check in with our mid-round standings. Also, if you are having a drink with us tonight, when we get to that mid-round breakdown, type it in the chat. I want to know what you're drinking with us tonight. All right, here comes your 5th question. 5th question coming at you. Which of these best-selling whiskey brands is not a bourbon? So one of these brands is going to not be a bourbon. Which one of these whiskeys is not a bourbon? Answers are Jack Daniel's, Jim Beam, Maker's Mark, and Buffalo Trace. Once again, which of these best-selling whiskey brands is not a bourbon? Jack Daniel's, Jim Beam, Maker's Mark, or Buffalo Trace? All right, Sean, I got those answers. Let's find out what you put down. All right, we had 60% of the answers for Jack Daniels with 3 answers for Jim Beam and 1 for Maker's Mark. Your correct answer was Jack Daniels. That's right, Jack Daniels is whiskey, but not a bourbon, and it was the correct answer. All right. Oh, I did not know this, but Steele is also a trained bartender. So we have a couple bartenders watching. So let's see how y'all are doing. I hope you're doing well, Steele, because you said that right before we went to the rankings. So let's see what's going on. He is in first place with 450 points at the end of our first 5 questions. We do have a tight grouping up here, and we have 442 for Turbo, 416 for Painter.
No way.
Yeah, 407. So only about 43 points between first and 4th place, and then a handful of separation here. That's where it gets a little bit harder, but it's okay because these ones will add up to for the Trivia Traveler round or overall standings, I should say, at the end of the game. Now, I do want to ask if anybody's watching. I'm just opening it up for another second. Y'all drinking anything with us tonight? If you are, let me know in the chat. We can get into it in just a little bit. But yeah, I know we're always having a good time here at the Trivia Tavern, and one of the ideas was always bring that bar trivia style home, so that way we can enjoy it a little bit at home and play with us. So what completes that more than a beer or a cocktail? All right, I think between this round and round 4 too, I'll take a little bit of a longer break. That way, if you want to fix yourself something, you'll have a chance to. All right, here comes your next question. Let's get back into it. 5 more questions to go to close out this round. Question number 6. Which of these spirits is not found in a traditional Long Island iced tea? Now, answers available. Which one's not in a Long Island? Is it tequila, bourbon, rum, or gin? Once again, which of these spirits is not found in a traditional Long Island iced tea? Tequila, bourbon, rum, or gin? Another 12 seconds. All right, we got your answers. Let's see what you've submitted. All right, 50% of the answers for tequila, with 3 for bourbon and 2 for gin. Your correct answer was bourbon. Bourbon. Only 3 people getting that answer right.
That's a really tough one.
That is a tough one.
I personally don't believe that tequila belongs in a Long Island iced tea either.
That's fair.
I think it's all the white, all the silvers.
I get what you mean.
That,
yeah.
yeah. And then you can add a second rum, and then the cola, and then you really get that like the nutty flavor from that, and the dark rum. So you're kind of like
everything you're describing sounds good to me. Is the problem? I'm just like, oh yeah, more alcohol. Throw it in there. There's that element of like I don't know what it is that's in a Long Island iced tea. So when I came across like the idea, like, oh, let's put it in, right?
It's the same as when you go to 7-Eleven and you just go and get all of them.
It's a suicide. It's in my head. It's always been the suicide. Well, that's what I call when you get the different sodas all in the same thing. Yeah, we would call that a suicide. Be like, we're getting all.
That's totally what it is. But I mean, like,
that's exactly how I feel.
Kind of bourbon and tequila have like strong flavors to them, and they don't like. I don't know. Anyway.
Well,
that's my personal opinion.
So, and again, I want to say that sometimes I don't source these questions. I'm using them from CrowdPer. Painter is letting me know that a traditional Long Island is gin, triple sec, rum, and vodka. But either way, bourbon would not be included in there.
Right. No tequila. No tequila.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Tequila shouldn't belong in the Long Island.
Okay. So anybody
but in California, I think they put it in Long Island.
That's what I'm saying. It's pretty standard in California. If you have a problem with that question, you can finish the rest of the round under protest. Just let me know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have your next question. Question number 7 coming. That's right. Boo or boo earns. You can say boo earns on that one. All right. Your next question goes like this. Which of these well-known American breweries is the oldest? So which is the oldest brewery from this list that I'm about to give you? Is it Anheuser-Busch, Coors, Miller, or Pabst? Once again, which of these well-known American breweries is the oldest? Anheuser-Busch, Coors, Miller, or Pabst?
Your fingers are too fat.
Oh, do you have a misclick, a fat finger situation over there?
I believe so.
We'll see. Maybe you fat fingers the right answer. Maybe you had the wrong answer and you got the right one. We'll get into it in just another second. Here we go. Steele also letting us know tequila should not be in a Long Island. Okay, I'll take that under advisement. Here comes your answers for that round. All right, we had 70% for Anheuser-Busch, 1 for Coors, and 2 for Pabst. Your correct answer. This one's tougher. It's Pabst. Yes, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
That's the one I thought it was.
Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon is one of our oldest breweries here in the United States.
I should have just looked at the whole list first and looked at it, but I was like, I gotta go time, go.
Right. Yeah, that's where you get excited, right? You see the answers like, I gotta get them in, and then you're like, oh, there's one that's a better answer. And if I would have spent another second looking at it, I would have had that right.
What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Well, that's gonna make this really interesting as we get ready for these last 3 questions. Question number 8. A champagne labeled Blanc de Blancs is made primarily from blank grapes. That's right. This question about champagne. For this one, I am looking for what kind of grapes we're talking about. And your answers available are Pinot Gris, Chardonnay, Riesling, or Sauvignon Blanc. So once again, a champagne labeled Blanc de Blanc is made primarily from blank grapes. Is it Pinot Gris, Chardonnay, Riesling, or Sauvignon Blanc? I read that question a couple times. The first time I said Blanc de Blanc, it makes it really easy to want to say fill in the Blanc. Just as a heads up, if you say Blanc that many times, you'll just see that Blanc space as Blanc. Alright, that word means nothing to me anymore. I know I didn't put Yingling on there because I felt like that was where people were going to gravitate towards too, but Anana knows her old breweries, And Jim also letting me know tequila is standard in Long Island, but not in an AMF. So Jim let me know. He's the bartender I made this round for, so I'm going to take his word, but just because right now it sides with mine. Also, I trust you very much, Jim. Thank you. All right, let's get into it with your answers for this one. All right, we had a big split this time. We had 3 for Chardonnay, 1 for Riesling, and 5 for Sauvignon Blanc. Your correct answer was Chardonnay. Yes, Chardonnay is what you would use, the grapes you'd use for a Blanc
I knew
de
it
Blanc.
couldn't be Blanc. Sauvignon
That was
Blanc.
definitely kind of
Blanc de Blancs of Sauvignon Blancs, Brut.
that was definitely there to maybe try to throw you. It's like, hey, you know what? It's a great guess if you don't know, but it is kind of there to be a little bit of a misleading, a red herring, if you will. All right, clue number 9 coming at you. What country produces Absolute Vodka, one of the most recognizable brands of spirits in the world? All right, what country produces Absolute? Is it France, Iceland, Russia, or Sweden? I'll say it again. What country produces Absolute Vodka, one of the most recognizable brands of spirits in the world? Is it France, Iceland, Russia, or Sweden? All right, let's get into your answers. Now, answers turned in for this one were... All right, we had 1 for each France and Russia, but 8 for Sweden. Your correct answer was Sweden. Yes, that's right. Swedes, the makers of Absolute Vodka. Also, Jim just dropping dimes of trivia facts in our chat. Going back to our bourbon question, fun fact that Jack Daniels is technically a bourbon by legal definition, but also does not like being associated with the term, and they prefer the whole Tennessee whiskey kind of thing. So there's that distinction of they are technically a bourbon, but they're not advertised as a bourbon. Oh, and so Painter is also saying that they're not a bourbon. So I'm not sure, that just going off our fun facts, but that sounds like something that I could definitely see a corporation doing. All right, let's get into it. We're going to have our last question coming your way as well for this round. Now, as we get through this last question, once we get through it, we will declare our winner for the round, and we will know who is our cocktail of the walktail, or sorry, of the walk ale, because we got cocktails and ale in that title. So cocktail of the walk ale coming your way after one more question. Let's get into this question. What swinging 1970s cocktail is made with vodka, Galliano, and orange juice? Once again, what swinging 1970s cocktail is made with vodka, Galliano, and orange juice? Is it Bahama Mama, Harvey Wallbanger, the Singapore Sling, or the Fuzzy Navel? I'll read it one more time. What swinging 1970s cocktail is made with vodka, Galliano, and orange juice? Bahama Mama, Harvey Wallbanger, Singapore Sling, or Fuzzy Navel?
I definitely guessed 1, but I'm not sure.
I think on that list, the only one of those I've had is the Fuzzy Navel. So let's find out which one is the correct answer. Let's see what you guys thought it was. We had 60% of our answers for Harvey Wallbanger,
I like the
3
Harvey
for
Wallbanger.
Singapore Sling, and 1 for Fuzzy Navel. That is a Harvey Wallbanger. That's right. That is the makeup of a Harvey Wallbanger. Way to go if you got the Harvey Wallbanger. All right. We have a little bit of a competition going. I know that it was tight coming through our first 5 questions. So let's see our top 3 after 10 questions about alcohol and beer and all things in between. Chardonnay as well. Here we go. Your top 3 with 645 points. It's We're the Millers. 645 points for We're the Millers. Sarah and Jim in second. Turbo behind the glass with 713. And in first place, it's Stelio. Way to go, Stelio. Yes. I had a good feeling somebody who works behind a bar was going to do really well. Painter also working there as well with 599 points. We had Jim, Wally Pinkerton with 536. So a good round for a lot of y'all with a lot of those points. But Stelio, our cocktail of the walk ale. Jeff, how'd you feel about that round?
That was a pretty nice round.
Oh, yeah, I had fun with that one. I always love asking questions about alcohol because it's actually something I know so little about cocktails. When I get to write a question or a bunch of rounds about cocktails, it's like, oh, that's what goes into that thing that bartender handed me one time.
That's right.
Right?
Bring me back to my bartending days, but
Oh, I didn't know you had time behind the bar.
Yeah. I've done a lot of things, but yeah, a very short period, like two years in college.
Did you have a good time doing it?
Yeah, it was good. It was like a hotel bar, so it was kind of
Yeah, you kind of chill. I get you.
It was a convention hotel though, so we had people coming in, different people every week this week.
Right. You're not getting the same regulars. It's not a place where everybody knows your name as much as it's just like cool, a fun, friendly spot, right?
Exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah. I love the
Bartender
whole
of
Cheers.
convenience in the hotel.
Right. So I'm a big fan of like the whole Cheers idea. My thing I want to always create here with like my trivia is a place where everybody knows your name. It's why, I like knowing who's playing with this. So thank you guys for playing, and shout outs to you if you're letting me know.
Thank you,
the
Danny,
chat.
for doing all of this for us. Show some love in the chat for Danny, by the way, everyone.
Thank you. You're so welcome. I love doing it. I love hosting trivia. And we're going to get into some more trivia right now. We're going to take a slightly longer break. I see the love popping up. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting like, share, and subscribe. All the good stuff. Now, last night at my Monday night bar, we did a whole round of blockbuster movie trivia, and well, I had some extra questions. I couldn't let them go, so I called this next round, Get to the Blockbuster! Oh. That is my impeccable Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. So yes, this next round is called Get to the Blockbuster because this next round is all about blockbuster movies. All of the biggest of the big budget and big box office movies from Summer Fair. So we're going to kick off this next round in just a few moments. I'm going to increase our countdown timer to about 8 minutes, just that way if you haven't got a drink yet, if you want to do so or use the restroom, do what you want to do. But we're going to be coming back with our next round of trivia in 8 minutes. If you haven't already liked us on YouTube or on Twitch, follow us, subscribe on those platforms. If you haven't liked this video yet, now's a great time to do that. And if you haven't got yourself a drink, now's also a great time to do that. We'll be back with more trivia in about 8 minutes.
%40 of all people know that.
Are you saying boo or boords?
Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
She blinded me with science.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Are you saying boo or boo-earns?
Oh, that was way harsh, Ty.
All right, I'm back to say hi. Get ready for our next round. Now, if you're checking us out and you're watching along and you want to be playing along, don't forget to scan that QR code and get into the game. You're going to scan that QR code. It'll take you right to the game. Punch in your name, and you'll be able to submit those answers. We also can go to crowd.live and enter the code KDQT5. That'll take you straight to our game as well. Now, we're through 3 rounds of trivia so far. We've declared three different winners of our rounds. That's right, we're the Millers taking home a round. We had Stelio taking home a round. And I am drawing a blank on who won our first round of the game. But they did very well as well. So we got 3 winners so far. And we're getting ready for our 4th round of trivia. Oh, that's right, Darren. Darren took down our first round. All about the logos. I don't know why I drew a blank on that. But yes, Darren, the Millers, and Steele all taking home a round so far. So it might still be any one of their games or any one of your games if you're getting points across all of our 6 rounds of trivia, because we got 3 more rounds of trivia coming your way. Now, this next round of trivia is about blockbuster movies. So if you're a movie buff, you got a really good chance of taking this one down. Whoever wins this round will be the Blockbuster Buster, because they will get that title for having the most points at the end of the round. If you have the most points at the end of all 6 rounds, though, you will be our Trivia Traveler, a person who knows the most trivia for the night, and you'll have that title to take with you anywhere you go. Now, as we kind of settle in and get ready for this next round, just want to catch up on the chat a little bit. Just want to say thank you guys for everybody who's watching. Wally in our Twitch chat saying one of my favorite things that was brought up as we had the discussion about whether or not Jack Daniels is a bourbon or not. Jim said, as someone who likes bourbon and dislikes Jack Daniels, I'm fine with it not being called a bourbon. That's fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, and then Jim was the one who let us know that because its definition is the definition of a bourbon is American-made whiskey with a mash bill of 50% corn or more, Jack Daniels does fall into that category. So, and then Brian was letting us know it's a sour mash, so that's probably why there's so much confusion there. Jack Daniels, they're just not making it easy on us to know what to classify it as. I think Chris Stapleton has it right. We'll just call it Tennessee whiskey. Unless you don't like it, then just call it that thing you don't drink. Shout out to the Bucks. Thank you for the love. Thank you for everybody who's watching and showing us the love, hanging out and playing with us. If you're not already subscribed to the Trivia Tavern on Twitch or on YouTube, please do that. It helps our numbers, helps us out. Make sure you let your friends know that this is a fun thing you can do. A totally free thing you can do in the comfort of your own home is play some trivia with us, hanging out and playing. It's a good time. Now we're getting ready for our next round of trivia. It's starting in just a minute. Now I do know these questions are all just multiple choice. There's no funny questions this time, but you never know. I might have something in store. 1 more minute to go. We're going to have 10 questions, multiple choice trivia, all about big blockbuster movies. Most of them action, but some of them in some other categories. We'll see what comes up throughout the round. We're giving out points based on how fast you get the answers in. So you want to be fast on those fingers, but remember, you gotta make sure you have the right answer. Sometimes you'll see one of the answers, think it's the right one, and then as you get closer, realize, I should have picked something else. You can't get those points back. You can't change your answers. So you want to make sure you get those answers right, because missing out on points might be the difference in maybe winning the round, but especially being the overall Trivia Traveler. That's the winner at the end of the night. So let's see what happens as we get ready to kick this one off. All right, I got our game set up. Oh, Steele, one of my favorite things said right before we finished this, right before we start this round.
Let's go already!
Churbo and Steele behind the bar. Funniest or scariest time? I would say it can be both, and that's what Anana said. It can definitely be both.
Exactly, both.
All right, let's get into it. We got your first question and your first question for our Blockbuster Trivia. What Ivy League law school does Reese Witherspoon's Elle Woods attend in the 2001 comedy Legally Blonde? Now your answers available are Yale, Princeton, Dartmouth, and Harvard. So once again, what Ivy League law school does Reese Witherspoon's Elle Woods attend in the 2001 comedy
I don't know.
Legally Blonde? Yale, Princeton, Dartmouth, or Harvard? Which one did she attend? All right, I got your answers in. Let's see what you put down. 100% of her answers for Harvard. That's because she did go to Harvard Law. That's right, Legally Blonde. A criminal. I don't know if it's criminally underrated. I think everybody knows that movie was actually pretty dope. All right, here we go. Question number 2 for the round. Steele saying Elle is his spirit animal. And I could definitely see that. I feel like I'm learning a lot about you tonight, Steele. Thank you for that info. Here we go. Question number 2. Which iconic Batman villain does Oscar winner Tommy Lee Jones portray in 1995's Batman Forever? So this one we're looking for which villain was Tommy Lee. Your answers are Mr. Freeze, the Riddler, Scarecrow, and Two-Face. So once again, which iconic Batman villain does Oscar winner Tommy Lee Jones portray in 1995's Batman Forever? Mr. Freeze, the Riddler, Scarecrow, or Two-Face? All right, let's reveal what you thought it was. We had 2 answers for the Riddler and 8 answers for Two-Face. Now, those were both of the villains in that Batman movie, but your correct answer was Two-Face. That's right, Two-Face. He had the very eccentric suit with a half purple face. All right, here comes your third clue for the round. What wrestler turned actor joined the high-speed action of Fast and the Furious films as Jacob Toretto in F9? Answers available are Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, John Cena, Kevin Nash, and Dave Bautista. Wrestlers who have all turned actor. Once again, what wrestler turned actor joined the high-speed action of the Fast and the Furious films as Jacob Toretto in F9? Dwayne Johnson, John Cena, Kevin Nash, or Dave Bautista? You got about 5 seconds left to tell me. All right, let's see what you submitted. We had 70% of our answers for Dwayne Johnson with 30% of our answers for John Cena. Your correct answer. Now, Jacob Toretto is the brother of Vin Diesel's Dominic Toretto, and it's John Cena. Wow, wow, wow. You can't see me and all that. That's right. Thank you so much for hitting me with that one, Jeff. Yeah, John Cena. So The Rock is in those movies, but he makes his first appearance in Fast 5 as Hobbs, the Hawk Hobbs, the DEA agent that's following them around. But John Cena also joins the franchise in the 9th one, meaning that I'm pretty sure there's nobody that's not in those movies. I think I might be in Fast 10 at this rate as it gets ready.
No way!
I think Fast 10 has already happened. I'm not even sure anymore. All right, here we go. We're getting ready for your next question. Question number 4 coming at you. Which Barbie does actress Issa Rae play in 2023's Barbie? That's right. Which Barbie is Issa Rae? Is she Lawyer Barbie, President Barbie, Judge Barbie, or Journalist Barbie? One more time. Which Barbie does actress Issa Rae play in 2023's Barbie? Lawyer Barbie, President Barbie, Judge Barbie, or Journalist Barbie? All right, answers are in. Let's see which Barbie she is. Let's see which Barbie you thought she was. We had 3 for Lawyer Barbie, 6 for President Barbie, and 1 for Journalist Barbie. Your correct answer? She is President Barbie. That's right, Issa Rae is President Barbie in the Barbie movie that came out last year. All right, you guys know what time it is. It's almost mid-round breakdown time, which means in one more question, we're going to get into that breakdown and see who's leading those standings through halfway through this round. All right, let's do question number 5 in our blockbuster round. What film unseated 1994's The Lion King to take the crown as the highest grossing animated film of all time in the early 2000s? Now, Lion King was the highest grossing animated film of all time up till this film. Well, Which film dethroned it in the early 2000s? Was it Toy Story 2, Shrek, A Bug's Life, or Finding Nemo? Once again, what film unseated 1994's The Lion King to take the crown of the highest grossing animated film of all time in the early 2000s? Shrek, or Toy Story 2, Shrek, A Bug's Life, or Finding Nemo?
I don't know.
This one is a little bit harder. I don't blame you, Homer, on that one. Let's see what you guys put down. Now, we had a very even split between Toy Story 2, Shrek, and Finding Nemo. Your correct answer was Finding Nemo. Woo! Yeah, a lot of people forgot how much of a powerhouse Finding Nemo was when that came out the year it did. Those other movies did do pretty well, but not quite the way Finding Nemo did. All right, we are into mid-round breakdown time. Let's see our standings through 5 questions. Hey, we're the Millers at the top of the board with 368. They're doing really well. We got Stelio. So actually, now I'm looking at this, Darren, Stelio, and We're the Millers, they've all won a round so far. So we have our first 3 winners all doing really well this round, but also here's the catch though. Not as many points halfway through. This is a little bit a harder round, having to take a little bit more time to look at those answers because our next group of people, they're only not even 100 points away. So it's still anyone's game as we get into our second half of this round. So all kinds of blockbuster questions still coming your way. Let's see how we do. Let's get back into it. Question number 6 coming your way. Before the Marvel Cinematic Universe existed, who brought the web-slinging Peter Parker to life in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films? Answers available for you are Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, James Franco, and Jake Gyllenhaal. So once again, before the Marvel Cinematic Universe existed, who brought the web-slinging Peter Parker to life in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films? All right, was that Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, James Franco, or Jake Gyllenhaal?
40% of all people know that.
I love those drops. Here we go. Answers for you are... We had 100% of your answers for Tobey Maguire. That's because Toby was the original Peter Parker. That's right. Woo! I always loved Toby as specifically Peter Parker. I didn't like him as much as the Spider-Man version of it. I thought Andrew Garfield was like the Spider-Man when I saw him. But Toby is the original. You can't beat him. He's got that youth pastor look, which I always loved. Here we go. We got question number 7 for you. Indiana Jones's real name, Henry Jones Jr., but he goes by Indiana because of blank. Why does he take the name Indiana? Answers available to you are his birthplace, his college, his dog, or his family home. So once again, Indiana Jones's real name, Henry Jones Jr., but goes by Indiana because of his blank. Is it birthplace, college, dog, or family home? All right, we got those answers in. Let's see what you put down. Submitted answers, we had 80% of the answers for dog, with 1 each for college and family home. Third movie, that's right, this isn't revealed until we get to The Last Crusade. What's the line from Henry Jones Sr.? We named the dog Indiana. That's right, dog.
You are named after the dog?
That's right, John Rhys Davies. You were named after the dog? We named the dog Indiana. It's one of my favorite lines in anything ever because it's like, yeah, even Indiana Jones, the coolest character of my youth, his dad still gives him crap. Yeah, so Indiana Jones he took his name from his dog. Henry Jones Jr. is his real name. Let's get into it with question number 8. What make of car does Bumblebee transform to in director Michael Bay's blockbuster Transformers franchise? What make of car is Bumblebee? Is he a Chevrolet Camaro, a Ford Mustang, a Chevrolet Corvette, or a Ferrari F8? Once again, what make of car does Bumblebee transform into in director Michael Bay's blockbuster Transformers franchise? Chevy Camaro, Ford Mustang, Chevy Corvette, or Ferrari F8? All right, we have your answers in. Let's see what you put down. 90% of our answers for Camaro, with 1 for Corvette. The correct answer was indeed a Chevy, but it's a Chevy Camaro. That's right, Bumblebee turns into a Camaro in and out throughout that film. All right, here we go. 2 more questions for our blockbuster movie round. Which 1990s natural disaster blockbuster features a mobile scientific research device nicknamed Dorothy? So which film is it? Is it Dante's Peak, Volcano, Armageddon, or Twister? That's right, the natural disaster film. Not as much of those made anymore, but which 1990s natural disaster blockbuster features a mobile scientific research device nicknamed Dorothy? Dante's Peak, Volcano, Armageddon, or Twister?
%40 of all people know that.
All right, let's see what we got for our answers turned in. 100% of the answers for Twister. You guys know she got cut up in a tornado. It's Twister. That's right. That's a movie that still has a crazy amount of longevity. We're actually getting a new Twister movie coming, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. All right, we have one more question for our blockbuster round. So at the end of this round, we will declare our blockbuster buster, the person with the most points, as we get through question number 10. Here comes your last question for our movie round. Which of these blockbuster films in the Terminator franchise does not star Arnold Schwarzenegger? So which one of these Terminators is Arnold not a star of? Is it Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, Terminator Dark Fate, Terminator Genesis, or Terminator Salvation? Once again, which of these blockbuster films in the Terminator franchise does not star Arnold Schwarzenegger? Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, Terminator Dark Fate, Terminator Genesis, or Terminator Salvation? I had to include an Arnold Schwarzenegger question for this round. Answers submitted for this question. We had 1 for Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, 2 for Terminator Dark Fate.
This is a really good spread. This
is our most even one
and it's
so
1,
far.
2, 3, 4?
1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. We had 3 for Genesis and 4 for Terminator Salvation. Your correct answer, starring Christian Bale, it's Terminator Salvation.
Yeah.
That's right. It's the one that takes place actually
the actual
in
one,
the future war, and everybody's like, "No, we don't like this as much."
Yeah, we don't. And there was something wrong with it. It was like McGee or somebody directed it, or
yeah,
McGee
McGee directed it. There was a whole there's parts of it that are neat, but there's parts of it that are a mess. It doesn't matter. Here's
Christian Bale freaked out at somebody too on
that
set.
that was where Christian Bale freaked out at somebody on set. Here's the thing though, it doesn't matter how many bad Terminator movies they make, because there are way more bad ones than there are good ones. Terminator 2 is my favorite movie of all time.
2 is the best.
So I will see any Terminator thing ever just because of Terminator 2.
Right.
It's
like Star Trek 2 is the best one, and you'll watch all the other ones. It's like pizza. It's good.
You're like,
even
yeah, I don't.
Bad pizza is good pizza.
I just want to hear him say, "I'll be back." I don't know why. It just is that thing that makes me so happy of just as long as he's alive, I just want to keep hearing him say it. All right. Anyways,
Yeah.
Now you guys know more about me. Let's get into it. Oh,
Let's go already.
that's right. Steele pointing out Helena Bonham Carter plays an evil AI in that movie. And it's right? As we get more into the advent of AI, it's just there are a couple movies that are a handful, and especially Terminator movies. Watch Running Man again. That movie is way more prescient than it should have been at that time. Anyways, let's get into our standings and find out who is our blockbuster busta. All right. Your winners, let's get into our top 3. Turbo in 3rd place. Jeff behind the glass with 708 points. All right, our 2nd place award going to We're the Millers. Sarah and Jim having a great night so far. And in 1st place, it's Steele. Steele also with a great night in that round. Steele with 809 points. So we did have it get a little bit more points in that back half of the round. Got a little bit more competitive there, but we do have a lot of good points here, so it's still anyone's game to be in that top 3 for our final standings at the end of the night. Now we have 2 more rounds coming your way, and this one, there's going to definitely be a pun in the title because this next one's about plants, so I call it Bought Any Good Plants Lately, right? Bought any good plants lately? That's right, the study of plants and herbs and all that is
now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That is fair. That is very fair. If you don't like plants, well, you may not have a great time this round, but this round is all about plants, all about things that grow, ferns, herbs, things of that nature. That's right. Bought any good plants lately? We're going to have a round coming your way all about flowers, plants, and all kinds of fun stuff. So if you got a green thumb, you're going to do really well. We're going to kick off this next round in less than 6 minutes.
She blinded me with science. She blinded me with science.
All right, y'all, I'm back. We're getting ready for our next round of trivia, kicking off in just about 2 more minutes. I want to say thank you guys as you guys are hanging out and playing with us. We got 2 more rounds of trivia coming your way, and this next round of trivia, it's all about plants, flowers, botany. There's going to be a little bit of science in there as well. All kinds of fun stuff coming your way. Now, if you haven't got set up already, make sure you go ahead and scan that QR code, get into the game. I think everybody's here, but just in case you haven't, scan that QR code, get set up to get your answers in. We got 10 more questions of multiple choice trivia coming your way with the fastest answers, meaning the most points. And the most points at the end of this round, well, they will be the most herbally inclined. That's right. They'll be the most herbally inclined and our winner of our Botany Good Plants Lately round. I crack myself up with that name. That's the one that I'm like the most proud of so far as we've been doing this. Yes, thank you. I also had the rim shot come in from Steel in the chat, so everyone is right there with me on this one. Also, as we're talking about it, as we're getting ready, if you don't already follow me on Instagram, you can go ahead and also, there's, I believe, links in the different YouTube and Twitch, but if not, my Instagram is duck_money_production. That is my Instagram where you can catch up with me, let me know what's going on, just give me the shout out. That always helps us too. All right, we're getting ready for some trivia, more trivia coming your way. We've already had 4 winners tonight. Steel with the winner of 2 different rounds, but we're the Millers and Darren both winning rounds this game so far. All right, we got 20 more seconds to go. This is our botany, our plant, our flower round. So let's see how you do. I am myself a big fan of herb, a specific herb, so you would know what I'm talking about. Ian, that's a great question. I don't know at this moment, so I'll get in touch with you about that later. Are you guys still playing? Yeah, I want to know more about that. We'll talk about that in our offline area. Here we go. We're getting ready for our next question, and your next question: which of these colorful, puffy flower plants is a hydrangea? I'm gonna have some pictures coming your way. Tell me which one's a hydrangea. Answers available. Is it that one? Is it that one? The one in the bottom left corner or the one in the bottom right? I don't really know how to announce these ones. They just are pictures, so I'll say it one more time. Which of these colorful, puffy, flowering plants is a hydrangea? If you can tell me which one of those 4 plants is a hydrangea, well then you're gonna get the points the fastest you get, or as fast as you get those answers in. That was really fast. All right, let's see which ones you guys thought were the hydrangea. All right, we had 1 answer for our first picture, but 70% of our answers for 3 and 2 answers for our last picture. Which one of those was a hydrangea? It is our third answer. That's right. They got the big, fluffy kind of bulbs of flowers that all come out like that all together. All right, let's get into it. Not all of these will be visual like that, but we will have more visual questions coming in just a second. For this one, I'm looking for the name. What is the name of this bright flower found in abundance all over the world, but considered endangered in its native Africa? Now, is that a daisy, violet, tulip, or peony? So once again, what is the name of this bright flower found in abundance all over the world, but considered endangered in its native Africa? Daisy, violet, tulip, or peony?
She blinded me with science.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you are not a botanist, this might be a hard round for you. If you don't spend that much time in the succulent section, then it might as well indeed. All right, let's see what you guys put down. All right, we had a good split this time with 1 for daisy, 6 for violet, and 3 for peony. Your correct answer was, those are violets. Yes, violet was the correct answer for that one. All right, we got question 3.
You're turning violet.
Violet, you're turning violet. The blueberries taste, was it the schnozberries taste like schnozberries?
That's right.
You know, it's funny. I always was curious what a schnozberry tastes like as a kid. Roald Dahl writes that book, right? He answers it in a different book, but it's definitely a male anatomy. So yeah, don't look it too deep into what a schnozberry is. All right, question number 3, and it's coming at you. What is this incredibly hardy flower which can survive extreme weather despite its name? I'm going to say that whole question again. What is this incredibly hardy flower which can survive extreme weather despite its name's use as a common insult? Is it a mallow, a fillory, pansy, or teasel? Once again, what is the incredibly hardy flower which can survive extreme weather despite its name's use as a common insult? Mallow, fillory, pansy, or teasel?
Oh, that was way harsh, Ty.
Right, it's super harsh to take a plant's name and then turn it into an insult. Answers turned in. We had 100% of our answers for pansy. That is a pansy. Yes, that is a pansy. Unicorn bride indeed. Pansy. It's one of those hilarious things where it's just like, you look at a flower and be like, cool, I'm going to turn that into a slur. I don't know what people decided to do that for, but we don't now know that pansies are not only beautiful, but also incredibly hardy. So if someone calls you a pansy, take that as a badge of honor. All right, let's get into our fourth question, and it goes like this. What plant do monarch butterfly caterpillars feed on to make them poisonous to predators? That's right. Their poison comes from, or the fact that they're poisonous to predators comes from the fact that they eat a specific plant. So what plant is that? Is it dogbane, coxcomb, mahania, or milkweed? Once again, what plant do monarch butterfly caterpillars feed on to make them poisonous to predators? Dogbane, coxcomb, mahania, or milkweed?
She blinded me with science.
Remember earlier when I was talking about schnozberries and what they sound like? Coxcomb sounds a lot like it. Here come the answers that you guys put in. We had 100% of the answers for milkweed. That is our correct answer. That's right. Milkweed is what caterpillars eat to make them a little bit poisonous, or the monarch butterfly specifically caterpillars eat to make them poisonous to their predators. All right, we're going to have one more question, then we're going to get to that mid-round breakdown. Here comes question number 5. What is the name of this coastal region tree, which thrives in salt water and helps protect against floods brought on by hurricanes? So that's the tree in the picture. What is the name of that tree? Is it river birch, mangrove, cypress, or water ash? Once again, what is the name of this coastal region tree, which thrives in salt water and helps protect against floods brought on by hurricanes? River birch, mangrove, cypress, or water ash?
That's the closest I have to marsh bugs.
That's fair. Hey, you know what? That gives you, actually, in this round, that gives you a little bit of ambiance, right? Having that little cricket breakdown. All right, your correct answer, or answers that you turned in, let's start there. We had 1 for river birch and cypress, but 8 for mangrove. Your correct answer was the mangrove. That's right, mangrove. They have those deep roots, which really actually helps during flooding. They don't move a whole lot, so they create a big barrier. All right, now let's see our mid-round standings after 5 questions. All right, Steel have another great round. Sir Burbane Rain with 448 points. Just behind him, 6 points behind. Turbo also doing really well. And we also have We're the Millers and, let's see, Urinals. Brian tied with 345 points. So we're going to tie for 4th place there. And our grouping here, really close, right? 45 points down to 308 here with Ian. So there's a really tight group there. Bucks were also getting those points. So there's plenty of points left to get as we get ready for the second half of this round. And if plants aren't your thing, it's okay. They're not mine either. But I thought it'd be fun to have a round based on them. All right, let's get back into those questions. The Urbane Rainers, Steel, that's right. She's giving a shout out to Darren, doing really well this round, as is Steel and everyone else. Okay, cool. So we got 5 more questions coming your way for this botany round. Here comes question number 6. Botanically speaking, what type of plant is this tree? So I'm going to be looking for the type of plant that this tree is. Answers available to you are herb, fern, shrub, and legume. So once again, botanically speaking, what type of plant is this tree? Is it an herb, fern, shrub, or legume?
I don't know.
All right, botanically speaking, what type of plant is this? Now let's see the answers y'all submitted. We had 7 for fern, and 2 for shrub. Your correct answer, that is actually an herb. That's right. We only had one person get it right.
Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a cleft one. It definitely looks like a fern. But at the same time, too, botanically, I don't know what the difference is between herbs, ferns, shrubs, all of those. I know legume. It's the only one I know because that's what beans are. So I'm pretty sure that's not a bean. So let me see who got that one right. Let's see. Who was our only person to get that question right? Steel. Way to go, Steel. Knowing that was an herb. Yeah, I think this might be his round. Let's see what happens with question number 7. Which style of vinegar must be aged in successive barrels made from chestnut wood for a minimum of 12 years? So which vinegar needs to be stored in those barrels for 12 years at minimum? Is it black vinegar, red wine vinegar, champagne vinegar, or balsamic vinegar? Once again, which style of vinegar must be aged in successive barrels made from chestnut wood for a minimum of 12 years? Black vinegar, red wine vinegar, champagne vinegar, or balsamic vinegar? You got about
40% of all people know
7
that.
seconds to let me know. All right. Now, if you know your vinegars, you might have a shot at this one. Let's see. We had 3 for champagne with 7 for balsamic. Your correct answer was... There it is. Balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar. Jeff, did you know that balsamic vinegar had to be stored in those barrels for 12 years?
I didn't, but you know who does is Darren for sure.
Darren? Oh, yeah?
Yeah, guys, check out Border City Ferments. This guy's like a brewer, but he's like a fermenter or whatever.
Oh, right. I did not know that.
You know, like those guys that pickle that. He's like
yeah,
a guy
yeah.
that ferments that. So next time you see him, you know, say, hey, can you ferment that?
Shout out. Yeah, can you ferment that? That's got to be my new favorite question, right? Hey, we can
ferment that.
Put a bird on it, right?
Put a fermentation in it.
Way to go, Darren. Yeah, I hope you got that one right. Yeah, 12 years for balsamic vinegar. It's worth the wait, I will say that. All right, question number 8. Here it comes. Now, for this one, we are trying to identify this tree. I'm going to leave that blank. The deciduous blank tree can hold up to 32,000 gallons of water in its trunk. Now, what tree can hold up that much water in its trunk? Let's see what your answers are. We got Dragon's Blood, Jabuticaba, Baobab, and Joshua. So which tree can hold up to 32,000 gallons of water in its trunk? It is deciduous. Is it Dragon's Blood, Jabuticaba, Baobab, or Joshua? All right, just a few more seconds to get those answers in.
I don't know.
Sometimes I don't look at the answers long enough to get their correct pronunciations in. So Jabuticaba is definitely not easy to say on the fly. Let's see the answers you put in. We did have 3 for Jabuticaba with 1 for Joshua and 6 for Baobab. Your correct answer was Baobab trees. That's right, Baobab trees. 32,000 gallons of water in one tree. That is insane. That's a lot of water. It's basically like having like one of those water towers, but it's just a tree, which is pretty cool. All right, 2 more questions to go for this round. Let's get into question 9. Which of these is not one of the 3 sisters crops commonly planted by indigenous people of North America? So the indigenous peoples of North America had a 3 sisters crops. They are known by that name. Which one of these is not one of the 3 sisters? Is it corn, potatoes, beans, or squash? Once again, which of these is not one of the 3 sisters crops commonly planted by indigenous people of North America? Corn, potatoes, beans, or squash? All right, back with our answers. Let's see what you submitted. Now, we had 8 answers for potatoes and 2 for beans. Your correct answer was potatoes. That's right, potatoes were not one of the main crops by the indigenous people. The other 3 were those 3 sisters crops. All right, we have just one more question to go, and then we're going to declare our most herbally inclined at the end of this round with one more question. Let's see what your final question of this round is. What island in Indonesia is home to this distinctive, odorous flower known for its death-like aroma? So we're not looking for the name of the flower, but actually the country of its origin. Is it Java, New Guinea, Sumatra, or Bali? One more time, what island in Indonesia is home to this distinctive, odorous flower known for its death-like aroma? Java, New Guinea, Sumatra, or Bali? Tell me which country is home to this flower. All right, answers are in. Let's see what you've submitted. All right, we had a big split this time. Answers all across the board with 1 each for both Java and Bali, and then 4 answers for both New Guinea and Sumatra. Your correct answer was Sumatra. Yes, Sumatra was your correct answer. All right, now let's get into it. We're going to declare our top 3. I do think that was a little bit of a more challenging round if you're not a big botany person, but if you know your flowers, definitely think we had some people who did pretty well that time. So let's see what you did. All right, let's get into it with our top 3, starting off with our 3rd place group, and it is... Hey, Real John on the board for the first time tonight. Real John with 680 points in 3rd place. Suburban Rain Darren with 697, just 17 points ahead for 2nd place. And in first, it's Steele with 897 points.
This crowd is wild.
That is an impressive shout. Almost, yeah, actually, exactly 200 points ahead of Suburban Rain on that round. Way to go, Steele. That is an incredibly impressive performance in what was a very difficult round for most of our teams. You can see by the points. I actually did have most people getting most of the answers right? Like if you're in that blue, that means that you got most of the answers right for that round. But the speed factor really came in up here to get that extra 200 points. Steele, we know he knows his stuff, but man, we're going to have to ask him. He might have a green thumb, right? Like he killed it that round. Woo! Yeah, way to go, Steele. All right, y'all. We have one more round coming your way, and this one's going to be a little bit different. This one, you're actually going to have a little bit more time to get the answers in, because our last round, well, I like to call it Where is the Lie? That's right. Where is the lie? Because this next round is going to work a little bit different. You got to notice sometimes we have questions where I go, okay, cool, which one of these is not one of the, like the correct option, right? This whole round is going to feature 10 questions where there is one answer that is not part of the other group. I'll explain it this way. Each question in this round will feature one answer that isn't like the others. Identify the imposter or lie as fast as you can for the most points. The winner of this round will be the Lie Detector Inspector. So that's right, we have one round of trivia left. Now this time, normally each round or each question I give you 25 seconds, but this time I'll give you 30 seconds for each question. That way you can look over every answer. So we have one more round of trivia coming your way, and this one, well, it's all about identifying the odd man out, where the lie is. Tell me when I'm lying in 6 minutes. I'll be back in about 3 to fill you in on our last round. All right, I'm back real quick. I just want to ask, like, I know I'm not a big plant person, so as we talked about that last round, I was curious if does anybody out there have trouble keeping their houseplants alive? I know that's me. That's a big deal for me, guys. I can't do it.
No, look at this guy right here.
Oh,
This guy right here.
which guy?
This big honking plant that's right.
Oh,
next
the one
to
that's
you.
like legit right next to me. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you know, this is a beautiful plant.
Yeah, no, this one was not doing so hot at our condo, and we brought it over here in the.
It looks so good.
It's a jungle plant that's usually it needs a canopy cover. And
Okay.
so the skylight's perfect.
Well, so that was what I was curious about. It was like, this looks so good. You guys can't see this plant that he's talking about next to me. It looks so good. I thought this was fake until you pointed it out just now.
Yeah, every day he
No.
gets a little baby love.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's fantastic. So I could not take care of such a plant. But anyways, I was just curious about that. All right, y'all, we're getting ready to kick off with our last round of the game in just a second. Now, for this last round, there will be 30 seconds for each question. And as I was looking at the points for our multiple round standings, we have about 5 different groups that have almost 3,000 points. 4 over 3,000 with one with 2,999. So it's still a really close game. And with that little bit of extra time, it means a little bit of extra point opportunity because that point difference is going to stretch out over a long time, right? So this one, you want to find out the lie as fast as you can. Once again, this last round, for this last round, each question in this round will feature one answer that isn't like the others. Identify the imposter or the lie as fast as you can for the most points, and the winner of this round will be the lie detector inspector. That's right, if you get the most points at the end of this round, you'll be our lie detector inspector. We have, I believe, 4 different winners for the game so far. Stelio taken home 3 of our different titles. He's our plant guy, he's our blockbuster guy, and I can't remember the first one, the one in round, he was the alcohol one, that's right. With We're the Millers kicking butt in 2014, and Darren taking care of our logo round. So we're going to see who's going to get this last round. This could still be anyone's round, and it really couldn't be anyone's game as we get ready for this last round. Get as many points as you can. We're going to add up all of your points at the end of this round as well to declare our overall Trivia Traveler. That's right, this is our last round of the game. It's your last chance to get some points and make a move on that scoreboard. I hope you guys are having a good time playing Truth with Me tonight. I know I always have a good time hosting this, so thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for enjoying it. If you, again, haven't liked us on YouTube, make sure you like us, subscribe to us there. Make sure you like each video. If you're on Twitch, make sure you're following us. If you guys can put the word out, tell your friends, or maybe even my new favorite thing I've heard is people like getting together and watching it all on the same stream, but competing against each other in their own space, or teaming up to try to get the most points, like I know the Millers and the Bucks are doing. So we're getting ready for our next round. Kicking off, here we go with our first question for this round. All right, now Neapolitan ice cream is composed of 3 flavors, but which of these is not one of them? Is it banana, chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla? Once again, Neapolitan ice cream is composed of 3 flavors, but which of these is not one of them? Banana, chocolate, strawberry, or vanilla? All right, let's see those answers. Now, answers turned in for this question. We had 89% of the answers for banana, with 1 for vanilla. Your correct answer was banana. Banana. I hope you got the banana question. Banana was your correct answer there. That's right. Neapolitan ice cream is chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. But I also, there's a handful of like weird different triple combination of ice cream like spumoni. I know one of them is pistachio, and I can't tell you the others. All right, let's get into it with your second question for this round. Your second question. Which of these statements about California is a lie? I do believe most of the people who are watching this are playing here in California, so at least you all have that same advantage. Now, your answers available are: Arnold Schwarzenegger was once governor. Disneyland is a theme park in Anaheim. Los Angeles is the state capital. And the Pacific Ocean borders the coastline. So once again, which of these statements about California is a lie? Arnold Schwarzenegger was once governor. Disneyland is a theme park in Anaheim. Los Angeles is the state capital. Or the Pacific Ocean borders the coastline. All right, let's see those answers. I think we're going to have 100%. That's correct. Los Angeles is not the state capital. Sacramento is the state capital. But you got that one right if you knew that Los Angeles is not the capital. All right, we got question number 3 for you. They do get a little bit harder. Let's see question number 3. 3 of these animals are signs on the Chinese zodiac. But which one is not? Is it a cat, dog, goat, or rat? Once again, the 3 of these animals are signs in the Chinese zodiac. But which one is not? Is it a cat, dog, goat, or rat? Tell me which animal is not part of the Chinese zodiac. You've got 14 seconds left. All right, we got your answers in. Let's see what you submitted. All right, we had 56% of the answers for cat, with 2 each for dog and goat. So this one a little bit more even. Let's see what the correct answer was. The animal that is not part of the Chinese zodiac is the cat. That is right. The majority had that one. The cat not appearing on the Chinese zodiac. I know the Chinese zodiac because of a little cartoon called The Jackie Chan Adventures. It was really dope. All right, here comes question number 4. One of these native Australian animals is not a true marsupial. So which one of these is not a true marsupial from Australia? Answers available are echidna, quokka, the Tasmanian devil, and the wombat. So once again, which of these native Australian animals is not a true marsupial? The echidna, the quokka, the Tasmanian devil, or the wombat?
I don't know.
All right, answers are in. Now, after we do this question, we're going to get to our mid-round breakdown, but we'll actually have one more question, but let's see what you guys submitted. All right, now we had an even split between quokka and echidna, both with 4 answers each, and 1 for the Tasmanian devil. Now, your correct answer was the echidna. The echidna is not a true marsupial, and Steele's letting us know it's because they are an egg layer. They actually do lay their eggs. There are a handful of things that define a marsupial. Most of these animals do have some kind of pouch. Also, just tangentially, this isn't about the trivia or anything. The quokka, number 2, is my favorite animal ever. It lives on an island where they have no natural predators. So they're just crazy friendly. They will walk up to anybody who comes up to them, and they look like they're always smiling. If you don't know anything about the quokka, look it up. It's a delightful animal. All right, question number 5 is coming your way next, and after that, we're doing our mid-round breakdown to see where our standings are through 5 questions for round number 6. Which of these renowned... That's right, this next question is about science. Which of these renowned scientists was not born in England? Answers available are Alexander Fleming, Isaac Newton, Jonas Salk, or Stephen Hawking. So once again, which of these renowned scientists was not born in England? Alexander Fleming, Isaac Newton, Jonas Salk, or Stephen Hawking? Just about 14 seconds to go.
40% of all people know that.
All right, answers are in. Let's see what you got for this round, or for this question. Now we had 6 for answers for Jonas Salk and 3 for Stephen Hawking. Correct answer is one of those 2 options. Your correct answer was Jonas Salk. Yes, Jonas Salk was your correct answer. One of the pioneers in the vaccine. Jonas Salk was our correct answer for polio. It was also American. Stephen Hawking was always speaking through that vocoder, so it was impossible to know where he was born. I did not know he was born in England. All right, we have our 5 questions through that round.
No way!
In. So let's see what our standings are through 5 questions. It's all good. All right, Real John in first place for the first time for this one. He was in our top 3 for the last round. So Real John in first with 417. Now, I don't know if you see this, Turbo, we actually have a three-way tie for third place.
I
All with
see
327 points. Now, that's that speed factor, right? So that is incredibly impressive that there are actually three teams all with the same answers or same points, I should say, through those first five questions.
You might say you need a turbo.
Well, let's see, because you are one of those three. So
I
let's see.
am.
Let's see how you do as we get further into it. And so Anana is also tied in there. So I think that's our best showing for a round for Anana so far. So let's see what happens as we get into this next set of questions. We got 5 more questions to go in tonight's game of the Trivia Tavern. All right, question number 6 coming your way. Question number 6. 3 of these songs appear on the Beatles' 1969 album, Abbey Road. But which one does not? So which one of these songs is not on Abbey Road? Is it Come Together, Here Comes the Sun, Hey Jude, or Something? Once again, 3 of these songs appear on the Beatles' 1969 album, Abbey Road. But which one does not? Come Together, Here Comes the Sun, Hey Jude, or Something? All right, answers are in. Let's see what you put down. All right, we had a big split, or a big even split between Hey Jude and Something, with one answer for Come Together. This one's going to be harder because it's going to be, people aren't going to be sure what they know about the Beatles. Your correct answer was Hey Jude. That's right. Hey Jude, don't let me down. If you put down Hey Jude, you did not let yourself down
Me, Smalls.
by getting that answer right. All right, question number 7 is next. Of these 4 mountain ranges, which one is not located in the Americas? Now, Americas does mean North America and South America. So of these mountain ranges, which one is not located in the Americas? Answers available are the Andes, the Appalachians, the Cascades, or the Pyrenees. Once again, which of these mountain ranges, of these 4 mountain ranges, which is not located in the Americas? The Andes, the Appalachians, the Cascades, or the Pyrenees? You have, Pyrenees. You have just about 10. Is it Pyrenees? I've never known how to pronounce that. Pyrenees. You got about 5 seconds to tell me. All right, let's see what you put down for this one. Now, answers for this one, we had 1 for the Andes, 1 for the Cascades, and 6 for the Pyrenees. Your correct answer was the Pyrenees. That's right, the Pyrenees, not here in the Americas, either North or South America. All right. Oh, did the answers not show for you, Steele? I'm sorry, boss. Refresh your page. I'll wait for a second. Refresh that page because if they didn't show up, sometimes there can just be a little bit of malfunction there. All right. I'll give you a second to do that, and then we're going to kick off our 8th question of the round coming up in just a second. All right, here comes question number 8. Which of these superhero alter egos is not a core member of the Fantastic Four? So I'm going to give you their alter ego, not their actual superhero name, but like their common name, like Superman is Clark Kent. So which one of these superhero alter egos is not a core member of the Fantastic Four? Now, answers available are Ben Grimm, Carol Danvers, Reed Richards, or Susan Storm. Once again, which of these superhero alter egos is not a core member of the Fantastic Four? Ben Grimm, Carol Danvers, Reed Richards, or Susan Storm? All right, I'm a big fan of the superhero, so I had to work one question in here along the way. Here comes those answers. What did you guys put down? We had 1 for Ben Grimm, 4 for Carol Danvers, 1 for Reed Richards, and 3 for Susan Storm. Your correct answer was Carol Danvers. That's right, Carol Danvers. Ben Grimm is the Thing. He's the big rock monster in that picture. Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Susan Storm is Invisible Woman. But Carol Danvers is Captain Marvel of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and such and so forth. So that is Captain Marvel and not a member of the Fantastic Four. All right. She has definitely teamed up with them, but not a core member. Question number 9 coming your way. One of these James Bond films stars actor Timothy Dalton and not Pierce Brosnan as Secret Agent 007. So I'm going to give you 4 films. 3 of them star Pierce Brosnan as James Bond. I'm looking for the one that's actually a Timothy Dalton James Bond. Your answers are Die Another Day, GoldenEye, License to Kill, and The World Is Not Enough. So once again, of these James Bond films one of these James Bond films stars actor Timothy Dalton and not Pierce Brosnan as Secret Agent 007. Is it Die Another Day, GoldenEye, License to Kill, or The World Is Not Enough? Tell me which one of those stars Timothy Dalton and not Pierce Brosnan. You just might get those points. All right, our answers are in. Let's see what you put down. All right, we had 6 for License to Kill with 3 for The World Is Not Enough. Your correct answer was License to Kill. That's right, License to Kill is a Timothy Dalton James Bond film. All right, we are getting ready for your last question for this round. After I read this question, we will declare a winner for our Where is the Lie round, our lie detector inspector. And then after that, we're going to declare a winner for our overall game, the person with the most points at the end of 6 rounds of trivia. All right, let's get into it. Here comes your final question for the round. 3 of the queens in a standard deck of playing cards face left, but which suit faces right? I don't know if that's flipped on your screen. Either way, you guys know your left from your right. If you don't, I can't help you on this one. So, 3 of the queens in a standard deck of playing cards face left, but which suit faces the right? Is it the Queen of Clubs, the Queen of Diamonds, the Queen of Hearts, or the Queen of Spades? One last time, 3 of the queens in a standard deck of playing cards face left, but which suit faces the right? The Queen of Clubs, the Queen of Diamonds, the Queen of Hearts, or the Queen of Spades?
I don't know.
This is definitely one of those things that I've never paid attention to. I was even a part-time magician for a little while, but I still can't tell you which one of these is which.
I should know this.
Are you a card counter? Are you a card shark?
I was a poker dealer for a long time.
Get out of town. You got a lot.
Yeah.
You weren't joking when you said you had a lot of jobs.
Yeah, taxi driver too. Yeah, got halfway through college driving a cab.
We're gonna have to have a conversation off
Yeah,
mic.
in the 90s,
Or maybe or just do a whole round about all the jobs you've had. That would be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into it. Let's see what the answers y'all put down were. All right, we had another really even split. We had 3 answers for clubs, 1 for diamonds, 4 for hearts, and 1 for spades. Your correct answer: what is the only queen that's looking the other way in a standard deck of cards? It's the Queen of Spades. Queen of Spades.
I wonder if you look up the guy that has that answer.
The way you're saying it makes me think it might be you. It is Jeff Turbo, the only one to get that right. He said he needed to know it, and he had it.
And then the Jack of Spades is also the Suicide Jack, as I recall.
That is a little bit of the clue, right? The Suicide Jack, the one holding the sword kind of up to their own head, right?
Yep.
And so so if you
there's
know
a
that
story
one,
on all those. I used to remember. I can't remember them anymore.
there's a lot. Look, I spent a little bit of time as a part-time magician, and in that time, I learned that basically a deck of cards was created by a dark wizard. Like, there are so many things where it's like, oh, if you do this thing in this order, they always add up to the same. It's crazy how many weird things work with a deck of cards. You're just like, yeah, no, some dark wizard created this, and it shouldn't be, but there are so many mathematical impossibilities that exist within a 52 deck of cards. It's crazy.
Like 58 million.
Yeah. Yeah, right? All right. Well, with all of that said, we have our answers in. Let's get into who is our winner for this round. They will be our lie detector. So let's see how that went. Thank you, John, for the shout out to just saying thanks again, Danny. And John in 3rd place with 571 points. This one, the scores were a little bit harder. 578 points in second place. It's We're the Millers coming back in that round in the back half of it. And Jeff Turbo. Yes.
I don't know if I can win. I mean, I honestly, I swear I don't see these questions. I don't know anything about them.
No, Jeff has no idea about the questions. It's part of why I like making the game and being like, hey, this is kind of like, I'll tell him a little bit about like what I'm thinking, but for the most part, he has no idea what I've worked up until I get into the studio.
Right, and I don't play trivia, never. I hardly
right?
ever.
No,
So
actually, Steele was in our chat saying there's a little bit of Urbane reign supremacy because he's doing well. Darren's doing well. Even was it Anana? She was doing really well. So yeah. So
here's the thing, the name suits us.
Yeah, Urbane reign. So yeah. So all four of them play on my Monday Night Trivia. So they're playing against each other, but they all do know their stuff. So let's see. So Turbo, Jeff, you are our lie detector inspector.
That's right, lie detector right here.
Now our
Mr. Human Polygraph. That's what they
right.
call me.
Now our points were a little bit down from other rounds, meaning this one's a little bit more challenging. So then it's going to come down to kind of like those overall points to figure out who is our trivia traveler for the night. I have a feeling I think it might be. Well, you never know until you just see those last points. So let's see who our winners for the night are. Now our top three. These are our standings for all of our 6 games across the whole night. In third place, hey Jeff, you're our third place winner, 3,928 points. Really clutching out there. We're the Millers, Sarah and Jim with 3,951 second place, and Steele with 4,112 points. Way to go, Steele. Steele saying in the chat too, he can also totally hear your dealer's voice coming through in that.
Crickets are for Steele.
No, way to go, Steele, way to go. And then you're seeing our breakdown for our game so far, or game through the night. You're going to see how many of those answers you got right, because we also get to see how many of the answers you got right. And most of our people, right, you had more of those answers than you didn't. So you definitely know your stuff, right? And that's where that speed comes into it. But I want to just give a shout out one more time. Way to go, Sarah and Jim in second place. Let's bring up our third place. Hey, and that's Darren in third place with the overall, I'll say fourth place.
Fourth place, but I don't count.
I'll say you count, but you also don't count, right?
Yeah,
like you're kind of like my bar team where it's like you're allowed to play, but you're not one of the real winners. So Darren,
there are 4 podium spots at the Trivia Tavern.
That's right. So way to go, Suburban Rain, Darren in 4th through 3,622. Anana giving up to Steele. Way to go, Steele.
That's right. Way to go, Steele. And also, Danny, way to go with all these questions, man. You keep coming back with every good round. Getting better and better every week. We're loving it. Let's give a big round of applause for Danny. And also, give him some love in the chat, please.
I see the hearts coming up, and that always just means so much to me. Thank you guys.
Sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and playing along with us. You know where to find us every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. We're going to be having some trivia here. From the comfort of your own home, you can just log in, play along with us, get those screenshots in. Hey, I hope you guys had a great time. Thank y'all for playing tonight. And without further ado, we're going to be closing it off for the night. One last time, Jeff, anything else you want to say before we call it a day here?
No, man. Once again, thank you so much for coming and doing this for us. It's a great opportunity for all of us at home to be lazy and watch trivia.
Right? Let's say, like, normally you have to go to a bar to play trivia. So here you just get to hang out, do it from the comfort of your own home. One of my friends, Sarah, she said, I get to play trivia in bed. This is the greatest thing.
There you go.
Right? So that's definitely, if you're having a good time, thank you for letting me know. Thank you, as always, for playing with us. And also,
join us next week.
One last time, if you haven't already, I think everybody here has, but if you haven't already, make sure you're liking, subscribing, following, and also, get the word out. We always appreciate just if anybody puts anything out there for us. It means a huge deal to me. So thank you so much for doing that. All right, that's it. I'm done honking. That's it. We're done at the Trivia Tavern. It's time to close up. I'll see you guys next Tuesday at 7 o'clock with some more trivia.